All right, so this one's one of my more, well, I guess it would be a simple song as opposed to Greyhound West, which is difficult if you follow my channel. But I don't want to spend too much time on Greyhound West. I don't spend, if I really like the song, then I do spend some time on it. There was a song I wrote on my SoundCloud that it's on my computer called The Trash and Snow. For the Pigeons of Guilford. And if you found that one, then you know that one's hard. The Trash and Snow for, I believe, the Pigeons of Guilford. And it's, I'd have to relearn it, but this is a different song. I wanted to say one thing about that intro. If the room is completely quiet and that's amplified, that's gonna make a difference. An intro like that. It's gonna be something that might get your attention, because it's something that you might hear in church, or it's something you might hear in a holy place, because it's just, I gotta clean these glasses, give me a second. All right, I'm back. Let me shut these right here. So when we're doing these home recordings, which went during coronavirus, a lot of people were recording at home. You find these little techniques, like, gotta shut this door over here. That's a technique. I'm gonna make sure that the air conditioner's off. That's a technique. The refrigerator, oh well, they'll just have to listen to it. That went on sometimes, unless you have a soundproof room. And if you have that, then you're probably watching Richard Beato. But I'm just basically going through simple stuff, so that's the intro to Good News. And we're playing around with it still. You're watching me work on the song. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. We're gonna get the sound of a distant jet fighter flying over, and I'm keeping it. Don't know what to do. Anything for you. Now I'm gonna change that, so I'm adding it right now, because I sang it last night when I was driving, like a few times, and I knew it was there. So I want to just show you that I added it. Anything for you. And that's what it leads to that moment. So that kind of what that does is solidify the song. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Don't know what to do. Anything for you. Anything for you. We found it 6 times. So I can feel it when I'm doing it, going, yep, that needs to be there, because I can feel the amount of times that it can be there. So it is some repetition. I was listening to Bob Dylan when I go on my hike. He went through a whole series in his bootleg. If you get the bootleg series from like 1961 to 1992, it's a whole selection of it. It's on I showed it on one of the vlogs. It's on my iTunes. He repeats several of his lyrics and several of his songs twice. I don't know why, but I'm starting to understand. So he would say a line or a lyric, and then he'd repeat it. And then he'd go on to the rest of the song, and then he would go back to it, or sometimes not. And then he would say a certain lyric, and then he would repeat that line again. It's kind of jazzy sounds, his bootleg stuff. Anyway, so we know the beginning. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Okay, and I did that too when I was driving too. So it's several of those right there. Several anythings. Here comes the jet fighter. Let's listen to it, hang on. Anything, anything, anything for you. I don't know how many times I'm gonna go through that, but I know that it's gonna be 3 times. And then for you. So we're just gonna go through it like, sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you again. Anything, anything, anything for you. So it's gonna be 2 times. I'm feeling kind of a transition right there after that. So we're doing anything and then anything for you twice. And then we're gonna move on. Let me put these in parentheses. You can't see everything that I'm doing, but I'm gonna kind of show it to you in a selfie. So I put those in parentheses because that could be backup singers anytime it's in parentheses in my stuff. And that can just be me saving it for maybe a performance, depending on how I feel. So we know on the first, it's strumming. I'm trying to teach you as I learn, which is different. So we know on the first, we have strumming. We are gonna go into this like sting, Richard Beato teaches me, okay? I don't take his course financially, but I do pay for my internet, so I get some of it. Sting talks about a surprise. I'm gonna go in the same direction because I'm Generation X. Sorry. No key change, but we're gonna do a rhythm change. And we're gonna repeat this part. Now, if I were to go in the beginning, sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews. Ba 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 ba, red, white, and blue, assassins for you. I could still do that. I think I did this. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassins for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Then we've got backup singers. Anything for you, anything for you, anything for you, anything. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Okay, so we found it again on the picking part. So we're gonna add that in there. So I did that a few times when I was driving. Since I did it twice the first time, we're gonna try to do it twice the second time, fighter jet coming through. Now, on red, white, and blue, Assassins for You, I can go back to that. If you have the original copy of it, you'll be able to see it. I can go back to red, white, and blue, Assassins for You, but Assassins on the second time, it's plural, doesn't have to be. I liked it because we're talking about red, white, and blue, fighter jet flying over. Then we go into about, sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the news, like CNN or something. Of red, white, and blue, it's called good news, right? That part will most likely also be picking. So we're exploring, but we're also finding something that we can hang on to in the song. If we changed it to trumpet, or if we change this to just drums, or if we change this to just the bass, okay? Because the vocals will probably most likely maybe stay the same or relatively. So the intro. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything for you, anything for you, anything for you, anything for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassins for you. Don't know what to do, but anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the news of red, white, and blue. It's called the good news. It's called the good news. It's called the good news. Oh, yeah. La 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 la. By the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassins for you. Alright, I think Kitty got in the kitchen. Let me see. You're not in here, are you? Okay. Maybe he, oh no, he's right over here. Is that the ice congealing? There he is. All right. I found something there. We'll talk about it. Okay. So things that I like about the song, okay? I like this chord progression, okay? And we'll go to that, right? Bum, 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 bum. And then we have the picking. And then we have eventually dun 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 dun. Then we have this right here. We can be quiet for this. We're gonna try it again, just being quiet for this. Then when we go into the lyrics, sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassins for you. See the difference? All right, so we're gonna try it again. This time when we strum it like that powerful, we're gonna go back into the lyric and just keep it like this. As fast as we can right here. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you, don't know to do anything for you. Anything for you. Assassins for you. Don't know what to do. Really easy to mess up on Assassins for You, and that weird oddball change is by leaving it open. I don't know if Elliott Smith would have left it open. I don't know what Kurt would have done, but that's in the past. But if I leave it open, it sounds like this, which is in the song, but only for a moment, if you'll notice. That chord is in the song whenever I go. Don't know what to do, because that sounds like don't know what to do. Right? Anything for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassins for you, don't know what to do. Anything for you. Anything for you. Red, white, and blue, assassins for you, don't know what to do. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the news of red, white, and blue. It's called the good news. Okay, I noticed that I put don't know to do. I'm gonna change that to just what. I can throw that what in there. I noticed that it kind of throws the rhythm off, but I like that. I like when a song, that's what I like about Daniel Johnston. I thought Daniel Johnston was probably, I think it was better than Nirvana. I was listening to one of his songs today. I think he was. He was doing things very meticulously that sounded like he wasn't doing it on purpose, but he was. And it sounded like, well, that guy got off rhythm. No, he wasn't off rhythm. Daniel Johnston was always on rhythm. He was a genius. Okay, let me do it one more time and play around with all the sustain. That part. For that part. All right, this one's called Good News. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews. Red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything for you, anything for you, anything for you. Sometimes I think Jesus sent by the Jews of red, white, and blue, assassins for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Assassins for you, don't know what to do. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the news of red, white, and blue. It's called the good news. Sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the news, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Yeah. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you, don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anything, anything, anything. Anyway, I kind of like that. I like playing with this song. This is a song I could play with. So if I went to a concert, they're like, well, how is he going to play it this time? Totally, I love that idea. And then like do like 5 or 6 versions for the album. No drums, nothing, just a guitar. I think I could pull it with just the guitar. Just to get them with the guitar and all this stuff I like. Sustain. Sometimes I think Jesus was sent by the Jews, red, white, and blue, assassin for you. Don't know what to do. Anything, anything, anything for you. Anyway, liking it. My Oscar Schmidt, welcome to my guitar life. All right, kitty. They put a little screen on this window right here so you don't get as much light. But that's okay. The other one has more light coming out of it. And just stay away from that room and the other room back there. All right? All right. We'll be back later. Love you. See you, okay? All right. 175,495 miles on the speedometer. 69 degrees Fahrenheit. April 27, 2023, about 3:19. Welcome to the Please Subscribe Show with your host, moi, Cole Spivey. Now, the cat. I'll talk to you about the cat. I was out hiking, on a hike, in a neighborhood, like I do, and I found the cat that was like pepper gray kind of looking, and it was kind of long hair, fluffy cat. He's okay. I went back today down the same trail. He was on the same curve of the road. He just has some kind of weird disease where he kind of looks like he's bleeding. It's just some kind of rash, but the cat's okay. He's not dying. I called animal control. They must have just left him there. He's a neighborhood stray cat. He was laying in the middle of the road, and I thought he was dead. So I called animal control. Now, he was in a different part of the road on this one street. I'm not going to say the name of the street for privacy reasons, but it has a curve in it. He's okay. He just has some kind of weird skin disorder where it looks like he's bleeding, but he wasn't bleeding. I thought that could possibly have been the case when I first found him. I told one of the neighbors, I said, look, the cat's dying, you know, call animal control or the vet or something. It looks like he got hit or something. He didn't. He just likes to lay on the road. I don't know. He's a weird cat. But he's pepper gray. He's more white than anything, more tan. And he's got like, now the red is above where his eyebrows are. So it was on his neck, but it looked like his neck got better, like overnight. And the red switched to here. Like, you know, maybe it's because he's itching, like fleas or something. And I think he had been scratching his neck for fleas or something. And it looked like it was red, like maybe blood or something on his neck. But he's okay. And so I prayed about it when I was out there hiking. And it affected me so much when I saw it that I just kind of bowed my head immediately and started praying, you know. It was that kind of emotional effect that it had on me seeing that cat. It emotionally affected me. Like I almost stopped hiking. I wanted to just yell out, you know, like, why in the world? Because, you know, it was like probably got hit by a car. Well, I told the neighbor was like, he had like snuff in his mouth. He was getting out of his car. I go, that cat, something's wrong with the cat, you know. We got to call animal control. I don't know what it is. He must have got hit. He's suffering. And he spit out this big thing. He's like, I'll go check on him. I go, don't pick him up because you could kill him. But he's okay. It's a miracle. I think he likes the coolness of the road. So he went over in this area. He went in the same area. So when I went around the curve, he was like on the other side of the curve, like on the northern side of the curve. When I saw him the first time, he was on like the southwest or southeast side of the curve. I think it was maybe southeast. I'm trying to think where this is. Yeah, southeast, kind of facing southwest. And now he's still kind of the south part of the road, but it's more like the north side of the road where it curves, and he's more like northwest. So he moved over. He just likes laying in the middle of the road. It's a weird kind of thing about a cat. I saw these two cats one time, and one cat was sitting there in the middle of the road, or not in the middle of the road, but it was like in the middle of the yard. And he was like a female cat or something. And then there was these two other cats right before the other cat. I don't know if it was female or male. I couldn't tell. But they just started killing each other. I mean, they were just scratching each other to death, you know? And I couldn't stop it because there was, you know, it was just like they were really going at it big time. And I never seen anything like that in my life. These two cats trying to kill each other right in front of the other cat that was like yawning. You know, the other cat didn't even care. It was just sitting there. Very weird experience. It happened a few years ago, maybe like 2012, and we're already in 2023. I remember it like yesterday, though. It was disturbing to see these two cats just fight in front of this other cat, and the other cat didn't even do anything about it. Very, very strange. That's the Marty Leonard Chapel. It's a community chapel. It's also a wedding chapel. They do have a Lena Pope home. It's a plaque dedicated to Lena Pope. They have a piano in there too. I believe maybe even an organ. It's a lot of glass, so the sunlight goes through the entire church. It's beautifully made, and it's also one of the most famous architects in America. That he's done European architecture, everything. He basically has a disciple. The disciple is his student. So the student is the one that created it. You can look it up online. It wasn't made by the predecessor, the famous, I mean, big time famous, like the most famous architect ever. It wasn't made by him. It was made by his student. So he's made a few. He's done a few throughout the country. He's still famous. Both of them are. But the one that's super famous didn't do it. It was a student that did. And they're both pretty famous. The one that's the master teacher, he's very famous. If I were to say his name, you would be like, wow, I know exactly who you're talking about.